and welcome. Now for the whole of 2021, I'm attempting my second year at a no-buy/low buy. This is my check-in for November. So as per usual, we're going to go through the products I've used up, the things that have come into my life, whether it's a gift, a hand-me-down, or something I've purchased myself. And then we'll also talk about the finances at the end and a breakdown, how much I spent and what did I spend my money on. So I think this is going to be a slightly longer update than usual just because there's quite a few things to get through. November was my birthday, so I did receive quite a few gifts and things like that. But let's just jump straight in. First are the things that I have used up. So I have my trusty bullet journal here with the chart and all the data and information I track for my no buy. The amount of items I have used up for the month of November was 11. Now 5 of them are through my project pan, so I'm not going to talk about those because otherwise I'm just repeating myself if you're watching that series, but I will share with you the things I finished just out of like regular use, nothing to do with the project pan. So the first is like this hairspray. It's like a repairing hairspray thing that, yeah, you just spray in your hair when you finish washing it, I believe. So there was a tiny little bit left and I used it up because it was a hand-me-down from my friend. I have this little sample of First Aid Beauty like Ultra Repair face oil that I tried. Another sample which was the Marcella water thing from Tarte, which I guess is just like for makeup removing or maybe like cleansing in general, I don't really know. And then the next thing I have is this myrrh essential oil. I actually put it in with my rosehip oil as part of my face moisturizing routine. And last but not least, my all-time favorite lip balm, which is the Dr. Hauschka lip balm. I love it both in this little pot but also in the stick form, and I've been using this since I was a little kid. Like my mum used to have it, I used it all the time when growing up. And then I tried other lip balms when I got a bit older and wanted to explore things for myself, but ultimately my mum was right. This is honestly the best product, especially if I get a cold and I blow my nose a lot as well, and you know how your nose gets all like sore and itchy around here. Just put a little bit of this lip balm on there. It's the most soothing thing and it's like feels so good and it stops the cracking from being super painful. But yeah, I can't speak more highly about this lip balm. I really love it. So the next thing I have is one other random item. So I have 10 in total like cosmetic products that I used up this month, and then one random one, which is these jeans. They're high-waisted black skinny jeans from Topshop in the style Jamie, and I basically used them until I couldn't use them anymore. Both sides of the thighs have like these massive holes in them, and I was able to get away with wearing them for a very long time. I don't know if you can see how big these holes are because I was wearing my long johns underneath that were also like black, so you couldn't really see that there were holes. Like obviously when you get holes in your jeans and then, you know, you've got like shining moon colored pale thighs shining through, it's very obvious to see these holes. But because I was wearing my long johns, I was able to wear them for a very long time, which is why these holes have gotten so big. But it's just gotten to the point now where I just can't really wear them because it's very obvious that they've got massive holes in them. Yeah, I've got thick thighs, so that always happens with my jeans. They are now finished. I've used them to the point of no return, and I will be giving them to the weavery so that they can use the material for scrap material. So those are all the things I have used up. Next are the things that came into my life. So let's start with gifts because it was my birthday. So I did receive a total of 12 items. I feel very lucky and fortunate. Quite a few of them came from my nana, and then there was some other things from other people. So first of all, I received 6 pairs of tights. So my nana loves a good mission. She also is someone who really likes to send me a little parcel. She loves to give me an actual physical thing. So I always ask her for something that I need, like whether I need like long johns or I need underwear or tights. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you already know that because each year it's relatively the same thing. So she did send me 6 pairs of tights. I've got 60 denier, 100 denier and 40 denier. I've only got 3 here, but the others are in the cupboard. So that was 6 items in tights. Then she sent me some underwear from Marks and Spencer's because it's like my go-to ultimate favorite underwear in the whole entire world. So I got 2 packs of like this style Brazilian like simple plain cotton like panties, and yeah, I just counted it as 2 items because it was 2 packs of 7 because they come in a 7-pack. But essentially it was 14 pairs of underwear. And I don't know, is it like weird to still let your grandma buy your underwear? Because like I'm also an adult at this point. But at the same time, like Marks and Spencer's is the best, and she loves a little mission into Marks and Spencer's. So I don't know, I feel like it's fine. maybe it's not fine, but essentially I'm really happy with it because it's my favorite underwear ever. So that's 8 things from my nana. Then the next things are from my partner. He was really lovely. I thought he wasn't going to get me anything because he got me the dressing gown last month, if you remember, but he did still surprise me with different things, and he would like give me the parcels at different times of the day. So like each time I was like, oh, that's nice, that's enough gifts, like there would be something else as well. So the first thing I have is this beautiful scarf. It's like a wraparound circle one. I probably wouldn't have bought this color if I'd like gone shopping myself, because I always just like go for blacks or navy blues, but I do really love the purple, and I feel like it goes very nicely with like my complexion. I don't know, I really like it, and it's really warm and I love it so much, and I've been wearing it a lot. I think I've worn it every single day since I got it on the end of November. So yeah, that's the first thing, and I believe it's like alpaca hair. And then the next is this beautiful cashmere sweater. I probably also wouldn't have chosen this color for myself. I always go for dark colors, but it's so nice when someone gets you something and it just surprises you how much you really like it, even though it's not really maybe necessarily what you would have bought in the store. But anyway, it's super warm. It's a lovely cashmere sweater, and yes, feel very spoiled and cared for on my birthday. And then he also got me this book, which is Love Poems from God, and it's a collection of different poets, and yeah, some of the like lovely poems that they have created. And I really love this book. I was talking about how much I loved it because my mum used to have a copy, and then he just like got it from me. He's like one of those really lovely people that just like listens and then just buys things. Like I feel so fortunate. And then the next thing I received, so what's that, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then my 12th item was this book, which was from my therapist. It's by the same author as the last book she gave me, but yeah, she said that this would be good for me. Radical Compassion. I already feel like it's a good title, but I have only read like the first chapter. So those are the gifts that I was given, and I feel very grateful. I also received a little bit of money from different family members and like a gift card from some of the people I work with to a restaurant. So yeah, I really appreciate that as well. I love it when people, yeah, all the things that I've received are like very thoughtful, and like people know what I'm like and that I don't really like lots and lots of stuff that I can't use. So the things that people get me are like really thoughtful and lovely things, and I really appreciate that. So the next is maybe items I've purchased myself. So the first thing is a winter coat. I finally did it. I went and bought a winter coat, and I know I said that I wasn't going to because I did receive 2 big coats through Handmedowns. However, I just didn't enjoy wearing either of those coats. The brown one was massive and oversized. I think I wore it once and I didn't feel comfortable at all. I just felt, yeah, it just wasn't a nice experience, which I know that's such a like a privileged thing to say because it is a coat at the end of the day. It's going to keep me warm, but it just didn't fit me very well. I didn't feel comfortable or confident anytime I wore it. And then the blue one was nice, but like wasn't warm enough for me, and also a lot of the buttons had broken off. So I'd been saving for the coat all year, and I just decided to go and get it, and I got this one. It makes me so happy. I have worn it literally every single day since I've purchased this coat, and I'm so glad I got it at the perfect time as well, just before it started getting really cold. It cost me $200 or just under $200. It's by this like Canadian brand. I don't know how to say this, but I looked up the coats online. They're usually between like $400 and $600, and I was able to get it for $200, so it was a pretty good deal. And I got it at one of those places as like TJ Maxx, where it's like good quality brand things but at much cheaper prices because it was like last season's things or something that just didn't sell very well. So yeah, I've worn it a lot. I especially love it because it has like 2 zip situations, so you can zip it once and that kind of like keeps you warm like when it's not freezing cold, and then you can zip it twice when it starts to get colder, and then you can even button it up when you really want to stay warm. So there's lots of levels of warmth and comfort with this coat, and I just feel, yeah, really happy and confident and happy. I don't know, I'm just saying happy a lot. I just really love this coat, and I'm so glad that I made the decision to just buy one for myself. And I feel like it's an investment and something that I care about so much that I would just take it with me when I leave. And I've never really bought a coat myself. I've always just had secondhand coats from other people, but I decided now's the time, and I'm so happy that I did. So The next things that I purchased are these 3 items, which are very random, but I have these 2 little handcrafted wooden bowls and a little Nomi guy. So we had a Christmas market here where I am staying, and it was basically like to raise money for a few different charities. So everything you bought, the proceeds went to the charities. And I know the guy who carves the little wooden bowls. He's always walking around the village, and we always stop and have a little chat together. So I wanted to support him as well and like get something that's really beautiful that he's made. And then this little gnome as well, which I think is super cute. And these are just like handcrafted by like people here in the community. And I know it does break my no buy because, you know, it's like little trinket things that I don't necessarily need, but like they bring me a lot of joy. They're really beautiful and they're very small as well. So if I am to move back to Australia or somewhere else, I can definitely bring them with me. And I sit at my desk and I just look over at my little Nomi and I'm just like, it's so cute. I don't know, like other people like that, like I love small little versions of things. Like it just makes me very happy. So for now he just sits in the bowls, but I feel like I can also use the bowls to like put my earrings in or something like that. So those are the things that I purchased. So I feel like does break my no buy. My coat is the 5th item in my clothing allowance out of 6 clothing allowances for the year, so it doesn't really break my no buy in any shape or form because I feel like it does fit appropriately. It's also something I did need. This is just for fun, but I'm not mad about it. Like for me, a no buy needs to have a certain level of flexibility, otherwise it just kind of makes you miserable. So you gotta find a nice like healthy balance. Now the last thing I got was makeup brushes. So they're sitting in this jar because that's just how I keep them, but essentially they came in this roll. They're from Colourpop. It was 14 brushes altogether. If you've been watching this channel, you know that I have received a lot of makeup hand-me-downs over the last few months from my good friend Zila, and I've really been loving and playing with them. I had 6 brushes or 7 brushes, 6 brushes from before that I was using to do my makeup. However, I wasn't able to clean them because I only had that amount, and so each time I wanted to do my makeup, like I didn't wash them today because like I'll do my makeup tomorrow, etc, etc. And I also just didn't have enough brushes to do everything I wanted to. So I did think about it for like more than a month, maybe even a month and a half before I purchased them, and I looked at lots of different brands, but the Colourpop ones came recommended from my friend, especially considering the price point, and they are really beautiful and very soft. I haven't gotten loads of use out of them, so I will use them a bit more and then I can let you know if you are interested in them. But I waited and also got them in the sale, so usually they're $44 and I believe I got the total of 14 with the roll for $34, so that was a pretty good deal to get so much off. But yeah, I haven't used them very much because they took a very long time to get to me. It was like over 2 weeks for the shipping. So that was all the things I purchased. Now quickly onto hand-me-downs. I received a total of 4. One is this black singlet, just like a basic item. Then I also have this long sleeve red top, which I really like and have worn quite a few times. And then this long sleeve long dress in this checkered blue color, which I've gotten quite a bit of use out of already. And then this big comfy grandma sweater. So I've received a lot of clothing hand-me-downs over the last year, but I have to say I did a massive declutter and I got rid of pretty much all of them except for like maybe 7 items. I'm not sure. I have to add that up and just double check that when I do my final tallies at the end of the year. But I am now being much more conscious around hand-me-downs, and especially in terms of clothing. Makeup and those kind of products, I'm not so fussed because they are things that I can work my way through. Although I did declutter and cull that down as well so that I was able to share some of those beautiful things I was given with other people, because I just knew I wouldn't be able to use them all in the time that I guess before they start to expire. But anyway, so those were all the hand-me-downs. The next thing is just some school toiletries. So as per usual, I'm doing like a volunteer program. A part of that is like somewhere to sleep, cost of my schooling cupboard, health insurance, and like food to eat throughout the week. And then there's also, you're able to get some basic toiletries at the little co-op here as well for free. So my school toiletries are, I got 3 face creams, which I know is super excessive, but basically they expired at the co-op, so they were just giving them away for free anyway. So I took these because I'm nearly finished with face moisturizer and I will be able to use those up because like they've expired, but I also think like it's totally fine. Like I know the Weleda products quite well, unless they smell weird, they're good to go. So I have 3 of those. I also got a new bar of soap because I have basically almost finished my bar of soap up. And then I also got 2 more of my all-time favorite lip balms, because you can get it in the long packaging and you could also get it in this little one here. So I have one of each because I love them so much. So those were all the school toiletries I received. And then let's talk about the finances. Oh my god, this video is a long one, but we're basically there. We're almost finished. So for the month of November, I made a total of $616. So it's quite a bit more than what I'd usually make, because usually I'm just making $231, which is my stipend check for the month. But I received some birthday money, which is what brought that up so much further. I spent a total of $420. That gives me a savings of $196. So during the month, I spent $73 eating out with some friends. I spent $40 on gifts, and I spent $246 on things. So like 100 something of that was on my coat. Then I have 34 for the brushes, and I think it was like 20 or 10 or something like that on these things. I can't remember exactly. And then experiences, I spent $61 on experiences because I went to New York City and I rode around the city on a bike, and I didn't read the fine print, so it ended up costing a lot more, because it's like you could have unlimited rides for $15 for the day, but every half an hour you had to lock the bike back in a bike station and then take out a new one, and we didn't read that part. So we took the bikes out for like 3 hours straight, and every like 15 minutes over the 30 minutes was like $4. So it ended up being really expensive, but it was fine in the end, and we just had an amazing time anyway. So yeah, the makeup brushes were $34, the Nomi and everything was $20, and my winter coat was $192. So those were all the things. So anyway, this is probably the longest update I've done for my no buy year, so I'm so sorry it is very long. Let's finish here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!